defunct organization. Now, my friend Bill was about yay high, covered in head to toe with plate armor, black as the sky. It's actually a little blue. As black as the sky. He could run. He had an enormous shield and an enormous sword. He was very deadly, but often not described as very stealthy. However, he had a dream to join the Rogues Guild, which was unfortunate since every time he moved, he clanked. Every single move! But that's not important, because he went to the leader of the Rogues Guild after spending a long time to find out who it was, and went up to him when he was sitting eating his dinner at the tavern. Not the Red Hound, but the Red Hound is very nice. Anyway, he said, "Can I please join the Rogues Guild?" And the guy looked at him and looked down and looked up and looked at all the armor and went, I guess! If you want to join the Rogues Guild, you must steal a potion from town! Or the Now, common was not Bill's first language, so he thought this was the pronunciation! So every single time we mentioned it from now on, he mentioned the That's it, all of you. Now, as he went through, he went into town. Now, my dear friend Bill had seen a lot of different stories, and in every one of them, when you want to stealth, you do this. Which the town guard saw and thought he was joking. So they ignored him. He snuck through town to get the He snuck, but then he realized he was too loud. So he grabbed my giant black cloak and put it over his armor. This was a beautiful green part of Suddenberg. He stuck out like a sore thumb, but the town guard thought he was joking. But he did not care. And you know when someone doesn't really know how to steal, of course the map mage doesn't, they look at what they're about to steal, and then they look at the town guard. And then they look at what they're about to steal and do this. And ran like the wind with the health potion. But it was empty, so he came back again. And grabbed the Now, this was pretty good, this was pretty fun. But he had to stay with it for an hour. Now, we were all mages back then, it was a big thing. So he struck around, and whenever someone asked what the Anyway, we then found the leader of the Rogues Guild in a beautiful clearing. I'm talking trees, a canopy with trees, with beams of light coming in. It was wonderful, it was pristine. And he went to the leader of the Rogues Guild and pulled the empty potion bottle out and said, "I have this for you. It is the potion bottle." And the leader of the Rogues Guild went, "That's my water bottle." Thanks for returning it, I guess. But don't worry, Bill had a backup. He had At this point, a dead Minotaur, who was going to death, went past and waved. The only person for hundreds of meters. And then the Rogues Guild captain said, "You can't do that now in public." Bill and I looked around, and we found no one, but we had to do what he said. So then we were punished by him asking to keep it for another 3 hours with the So I do not know where Bill went up to this point, but when the next time I saw him, he was covered in spider webs. 3 hours, 2 hours and 50 minutes later, the leader of the Rogues Guild comes into Suddenberg and says, "Anyone who, there's a short man in black armor who has the anyone who brings it to me is in the Rogues Guild." Betrayal! And then a couple of orcs went, "I'm going to be the Rogues Guild, I'm going to be the Rogues Guild," and ran off. And then an elf in enormous armor went, "I'm going to be the Rogues Guild, I'm going to be the Rogues Guild," and ran off into the forest. Then the greatest manhunt in Suddenberg's history started for the and for the abyss. So, no one knew where he was. I was next to the leader of the Magisters Guild, who was a short man in all black. After he was stabbed to death by a goblin, he was like, "Absolutely none of that. What the heck is happening? Come on." And he forced us to explain. My warband leader, and I learned what was happening. So we went to the tavern, and there was a beautiful roast going. It was wonderful. And every so often, the tavern door would slam open. The tavern door would slam open, and there would be someone looking for Bill. They slam open the cabin door, not find him and walk away. After about 5 times, the door finally closed. And there was Bill behind the door of the cabin with no idea what was happening with the urn in plain sight on the table. Everyone that Quest wanted it. We told Bill, dude, come on, we're up to the urn. Go! And he panicked and run off. We did not see Bill again until he came back, covered in wet leaves. Anyway, we then went down. There was a great hunt, and hours later, the goblins came out of the forest holding the but no Bill. And then the elf came out of the forest and killed the ox and took the but no Bill. The elf, even more clanky than Bill, goes to the leader of the rogue seal and says, Am I in it? Did I do it? And the guy goes, fine, yes. And continues to eat his dinner, and then off got into the rogue seal, but not Bill. The next time we see Bill, he is cold, moist, dejected, my throat in ruins. I lost these hands, guys. Poor Bill, this was his first quest. Poor Bill. Anyway, they came in, found that his dinner was stolen. That's unrelated. Ordered another dinner, sat down, devastated. And then noticed the rogue seal leader had left the tavern with the urn on there for everyone to see. Someone went, Bill, what are you repeating quest? Get in there. So Bill grabbed the urn and ran out, leaving his dinner again. He came to the rogue seal leader. The rogue seal leader was like, yes, you're in the rogue guild. And Bill had finally done it. He was in the rogue guild. His dinner got stolen again, but he didn't care. And 2, there was no rogue guild of Sudenburg. That guy made it up, but it was not important, because Bill had one quest.